Hey beautiful people, so I have a bit of a belter, a corker of a video today of all days. When I realised what was going on, I was like, that is fucking hugely profound. So it was about 5 minutes ago that I started to prepare to drop this video, and I realised I was dropping it on a full moon. Now if we just take a moment and lean into the alchemy of a full moon, the alchemy of the moon, full stop, what does she do? She illuminates within the darkness. She shines a light within the darkness. Right, so what we're talking about today is we're threading some thought around the alchemical empath and the house that was built on sand. Alright, so when I kind of feel into what the moon does, realizing what we're talking about, I was like, that intelligence just blows me away. As I often say, it is never by chance, it is always by design. So there we are within this world of ours right now, and I do truly believe with my hand on my heart that all the darkness is coming to light right now. There is so much darkness coming to light right now. So much has been revealed, and that's what the moon does. She kind of reveals what is hidden. She shines a light within the darkness, illuminating what is not so obvious, what is unseen, what is hidden sometimes in plain sight. So with all this darkness that's coming to light right now, it's such a positive thing. It's like a veil revealing itself, like a mist slowly drawing back across the still pond. I love that metaphor. You see, there are those of us that have been able to see, feel and sense these hidden energies for such a long time, if not for a lifetime. And I don't say that lightly, but not always understanding what they were. I've had such I want to say, I know this is a word that's bandied around so much, but I've had such an awakening around that within this last year, especially in the last few months. You know, there are those of us that have been able to see, feel and sense these hidden energies for a lifetime, but not always understanding what they were. But through direct experience, we've come toe to toe with them. We've rubbed up against the edge of that stuff. We have lived it. So let us shine a light on this. So it may seem like things are not getting lighter at all. It may just feel like, in fact, they're getting darker, more chaotic, more fractured, more broken. Yet with all my heart, I feel what is actually happening is that consciousness, both within the collective and within the planet itself, is absolutely expanding. So much is being illuminated that we are finally beginning to see what has been hidden for so long. And when I think about this being dropped on a full moon, I think that is the innate, just getting behind a very powerful intention to be woven into the collective field. And I do not say that lightly. That intelligence is mind-blowing. So there's so much that is being illuminated. We are finally beginning to see what has been hidden for so long. And this isn't happening to kind of like create more chaos. It's unfolding so we can move into an entirely different paradigm. Some of you may remember what Spirit said to me in October of last year. Do you remember what Spirit said to me October of last year? They said the time ahead isn't just a page turning. It isn't a new chapter or even a new book. It's a whole new fucking paradigm. And I remember hearing that with every fibre of my being. It landed hard. But to get there, well, what that looks like in the mirror of our reality, it can be like a bit of a fucking shit show. Things feel fractured, they feel dark, there is disclosure everywhere. And strangely, that is a good sign. It's a sign we're moving into the right direction. Remember, as the unseen often say, rupture comes before breakthrough. So for many people who are just beginning to stir, only just beginning to wake, this can feel overwhelming. Maybe you're seeing these things for the first time. You're watching the world stage differently. There's been some really iconic people that disclosure has come about, some of which have been operating within the well-being space, and it's like, oh my god, that's all of that stuff being illuminated and coming to light. We're watching this world stage differently. The stage, the characters, the players, the actors, people playing roles, patterns, energetic codes, hidden dynamics. So don't lose hope. All of this rupture is revealing what was already there, and we are moving from harm to healing. And as we so often say, true healing is a fucking messy business because of the density, the deception, the darkness. All of this has to come into light as consciousness expands. And this, what Spirit have been calling in the last few days, the Alchemical Empath. And I'm not the only person that is speaking these things at these time. And it's almost like I've been led across those, and it's like reinforcing, reflecting, shining a light, confirming, validating. And in these last few days, Spirit have been talking about the Alchemical Empath. And that is where the narcissistic collapse begins. This is where we discover the house was built on sand. And I love how the innate, the unseen, keeps sending these messages so clearly. Like I say, I'm not the only person now saying these things. It's like I was feeling it. We've been feeling it. People close to me having these conversations. It's like, been feeling it. It's like now it's like almost like just breaking through. You and I, we're walking this together collectively, and that's one of the most beautiful gifts of our time. We're witnessing the birth of a completely different way of being, a whole new paradigm, and some may call it New Earth. Call it whatever you like, but something is truly changing. So don't get trapped in the helplessness. Don't get caught in how can they do this. Remember, their house is built on sand. And as we begin to recognize the narcissistic and psychopathic patterns that have shaped so much of our world, we naturally begin to recognize those patterns closer to home. In our relationships, our workplaces, our communities, even maybe within ourselves. And the beautiful thing is this: once we shine a light on them, they can no longer hide. They can no longer fly under the radar. They can no longer gaslight us into fucking oblivion. So please don't get lost in the offense. Don't get trapped in the outrage. Don't become what you are resisting. This Alexa, stop. This is where we step into the Alchemical Empath. Notification. The heart stays open. The eyes simply become impossible to fall. Compassion without naivety. Boundaries without bitterness. Eyes that have seen the dark. Eyes that can see into the dark. Yet we still choose the light. And my feeling is that there is more disclosure to come. Just as many of us have travelled our own dark night of the soul, the collective may well be travelling through one too. And it's like we often get memos, we often get nudges, we often get those whispers, and in the universe it has this way of memoing louder, a bit like a notification. So the collective may well be travelling through this too. Well, it is. And perhaps the earth herself, the land, is moving through her own healing, turning herself inside out. And it is a natural part of the process. And sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. But the tide is running. The tide has already turned. So don't lose yourself and don't lose your shit. Hold fast. Hold fast. Stay grounded. Stay steady. Rest. Move your body. Eat real food. Keep your feet on the earth and trust that this process is already well underway. As always, until next time, keep shining. That is more important than you know. And this dropping today on all days of days, it being a full moon, is not random. It was by design. That intelligence, has our backs. As always, sending you all so much love.